Big ups. This is Sharpaz reporting from Room 303 Radio. Just want to start by saying thank you to the guys at Room 303 for giving me the opportunity to come down in a foreign country and speak about Leeds as a whole, my city, somewhere that I proper love. And at the moment, it's going through quite a lot of hardship, and that's not me saying that the rest of the country isn't, because this is something that affects the whole of the UK at the moment. But I'm going to talk about Leeds today, but everything that I'm saying goes to the rest of the UK, because the underground scene in the UK just is in desperate need of some help. And I think speaking in Japan today and speaking in some other countries where other people have had the opportunity to it just gives us a voice in different places, because I know, especially being from Leeds, it feels like the rest of the country's getting quite a lot of love when we're not, and getting quite a lot of support. And Leeds as a whole is somewhere that it's got such a deep history, and it's my hometown. I love it. The rave scene there brought me up, and it's made me the person that I am today. I met everyone that I love today, I met through raving, I met through sub-dub, one of the best things that comes out of Leeds. It's historical for dubstep and the roots of England, and it's something else that's struggling, along with all the venues that we've had closed recently. Lost Wire, Freedom Mills, Imaginarium, Sheaf Street. I'm sure I'm missing a couple, but anyway, we've lost a hell of a lot of venues over the past couple of years, and same with the rest of the UK. I've just seen a statistic recently about London losing 50% of the venues in the past 15 years. And it's not just in music, it's pubs, it's anywhere that's like public spaces for especially younger people to be able to communicate and connect with each other. And we've been losing that quite a lot recently, so I'm happy that I've been given this opportunity to be able to talk about that, because every time in a smokers area at a rave, it's all I'm talking about. Every time I'm at my mates at the pub, it's all we talk about. We're all trying to save Leeds, we're all trying to save the UK scene, and it's something that does need saving. And I think especially the UK government are a bit in denial of the amount that it provides for our youth. Like me personally, raving is something that was really important to me. I was chilling with the wrong people, doing the wrong things. I met my group of mates that I have now that go raves, and probably saved me from a pretty bad life, to be honest. And I think for a lot of young people in the UK at the moment, it's something that is lost. And I have a 17-year-old sister, and it's sad for me to know that she can't ever have the same experiences that I have, that I had to say. Sorry, I'm saying a lot. It's weird for me hearing my voice on radio for the first time. Contrary to popular belief, I don't really like the sound of it, but it's something that I feel is really important to me and to a lot of the people in the UK at the moment, and a lot of my friends, and I just want to kind of give a platform really to talk about that. Wire was a big one for me. I was there for the closing. It brought a tear to my eye. I was there till 10:30, 11 in the morning with so many people that I've met through raving over the years, some of my best friends. And it was one of those things where it kind of put into perspective what was happening in our city and in our country. And something that was so important to the city as a whole is just gone. And there's so many places like Freedom Mills. I've already said everywhere I need to say. Old Red, the first place I ever played is gone. And I think the UK is feeling the brunt of it, especially with everything that's happening in our country. The government's an absolute mess. Everything else is a mess. And I feel like the event spaces that we used to have was our outlet for that. And I think the government's definitely got worse, but I feel like we're feeling the brunt of it a lot more purely because of the fact of we don't have the spaces where we would feel free, forget about it all. For me, at the moment, festivals is where I feel that. And as much as I love going to festivals, I miss being able to go out in my city on an evening at on a Friday, go to my mates to the pub, gear up, get ready, and then let's go to Wire. Even on a Tuesday, Wire Tuesdays, that was some really pivotal points in my life with my friends in there. I finished college, go straight to Wire, and so many other places like that, and we're losing them. And I know Manchester feels the same, I know Liverpool feels the same, I know Newcastle, but I'm here today to talk about these because for me that's where my culture stems from, it's where my people are, and it's what I appreciate the most. And I'm going to get my phone up as well because I've got some talking points, because it's kind of the first time I've ever done this, and I know some of my mates are listening and they'll be really annoyed if I don't mention certain things. But for me personally, it's changed my life a lot, is losing this scene and losing the connect that we all used to have. I'm going to go through some of the venues and talk about some of the things that made them so special and the history, and why it's kind of sad that we're losing that now, because I feel like the history is just going to be lost along with the venues. And there's some people out there right now that are doing so much to try and keep hold of that in Leeds and around the country. There's a big thing that's come out finally. UK Distinction has shed quite a lot of light on the dubstep roots coming from London to Leeds, and giving vinyls to Simon Scott and getting DMZ to play in Leeds for the first time. We were the first place outside of London to play dubstep. and that's now a worldwide genre, doing like making millions of pounds, dollars in like America and other countries. And I've gone to dubstep nights with amazing lineups with amazing people, put on by amazing people, and there's 10 people there, and I think it's a deeper thing of the younger generation have never experienced what we experienced, so they don't know to come and they don't know what to expect. But I also think developers, government sanctions, COVID, a big thing, has played such a part in all of this for all of us, and it's just something that I'm like really passionate about. And I know, especially my friendship groups and even outside of that, there's so many people that are trying the hardest right now to keep the Leeds scene going, and they're doing a good job, like they really are. And me coming here isn't saying that we're done, it's all doom and gloom, but I feel like I've been surprised in Japan at how many people know about Leeds. I've met one person that knows about Sub-Dub, but if I'd probably gone out a bit more on the nightlife, I probably would have found some more. But I've spoken to so many people from Japan and Korea, a guy from Malaysia, and they knew what Leeds was, and they knew about our culture, not necessarily musically, but they knew about Leeds culture in Yorkshire. So I feel like this is a really good place to be able to talk about that. I've got a few things I want to speak about today, this evening. I want to talk about the closure of Wire, the closure of Old Red Bus Station, the history of Sub-Dub, Freedom Mills closing, the Hessel audio parties, West Indian Carnival, somewhere that I've had the pleasure of playing twice, and the government are trying the hardest to stop that. Leeds City Council are trying the hardest to stop that. Every year our curfew changes. When I first started going, parties are going all night, and now it's midnight, the police are coming around the corner and telling you you've got to turn your sound off, and that's just not what Carnival is. It's freedom of expression, and it's something that as people we're losing. And I live in Chapeltown, and I love living there. It's my favourite place I've ever lived in Leeds, and living there now and coming there as a kid and going to Carnival, I can see the changes with the people. I can see the changes of how it's going. I can see the changes of gentrification. All these people coming and trying to take over our city, and it's no one person's fault. Or one reason's fault. It's a group of reasons that have got us to this point, and it's a point now where I don't even like the sound of my own voice, but I'm in Japan talking on radio because I'm so passionate about what's happening in Leeds right now that I want to save it. And I want to have kids in Leeds one day, and I want them to be able to experience the same things that I experienced because they're special. And I think the youth are so lost today for so many reasons, but for me, I think a big one is the loss of our spaces where we could communicate and speak to other people and get an understanding of someone that you might not meet on your street or in your town, but when you get into the city and you're in a rave, you're going to get chatting to some guy in the smoking areas that's got a completely different ideologies and a look of life for you, and you're going to connect over this thing that is music. And it's really quickly diminishing in my city, and I think a lot of people are feeling that right now. Like Freedom Mills and Imaginarium are both closed in the past 6 months, and they're two really special places for very different as well. Freedom Mills provides so much for dubstep, drum and bass, garage, and then you've got Imaginarium that was for the electro, techno, house, and they're two really important spaces that we've lost in no time at all. And the things that were preventable, not by the people that run them, but by the government, because they don't see the value in our culture. They don't see the value in the things that we do, what we provide for communities. And I think it needs to be re-looked at by the government because it's something that it makes a difference to all of our lives, whether you go to raves or not. People being nice on the street. I'm someone that when I was younger, I was a little hoodlum. I was running around doing whatever I wanted, and going to rave and then having a mutual understanding from other human being changed that for me a hell of a lot. It made me the person I am today. I met the people that I love today, and everything else, everything that I have now has come from that. One of my best friends that I live with, the reason that I met him at Sub-Dub 2017, Jungle Jam, one of the best events on New Year's ever, and that's something that's gone now. And don't get me wrong, Sub-Dub's still alive and kicking, but even me going to that from being 15 years old to now, I can see the decline, and it's not because of the ravers, it's not because of the promoters, it's because of the world that we live in, and it's the fact that everything's just being price gouged, places are being kicked out so that we can build, Old Red, the reason they're going is so they can build another car park. We've got enough car parks, there's plenty of places to park in Leeds, we don't need any more places to park, but we do need more places to dance and to connect and to speak with people. And I think there's so many of these places that are going, Cosmic Slop is such a good example of how we can win and how we can beat the developers, we can beat the government, we can beat the gentrification if we all just do band together. Cosmic Slop, for those of you who don't know, is this thing in the UK. It's a charity. They throw parties to fund their charity. essentially run a program for kids that kicked out of school, they can't go through normal education, and they provide education for them through musical needs. And I went to something similar, but mine was for mechanics, and so I'm someone that is very aware of how important those spaces are. And they won a humongous case against developers that were trying to take their, essentially stop them so that they could build some high-rise flats that aren't going to sell. No one's going to live there, because the reason that people come to our city is because of this culture, and very quickly we're losing it. And it's such a catch-22 of the reason that we have so many students is because they know Leeds, they know the Leeds house parties, they know the Leeds raves, and they know the culture that we have. And it's not just raving as well, there's the hardcore scene, there's so many other scenes in Leeds that I know are struggling in the same way that we all are together. And I think there needs to be more discourse about this, because we all care, we're all here. Like, if you're listening to this right now, you're someone that cares about music, and I would hope to think that some of my friends are, and I know they agree with me, and that it's something that every time we get the opportunity we talk to, thinking of ways we can improve this. But there's only so much we can do without the help of the bigger people, and I think the government needs to start providing for us in a way that they need to see the value of what we provide for people. But so wire closure, the final party, like, that was probably one of the most special things I've ever been to in my life, and probably one of the most sad things I've ever been to in my life. Like, I've never had so much fun dancing with my friends, but in the back of my mind I was just thinking, this is the last time I can ever dance there. The first tune that I'm playing is from my good friends BP and Still Ryan. They sent me it within 5 minutes of each other, because I put up a story saying I'm going to play some tunes of the places that we used to go to and that aren't a thing anymore. 5 minutes, they sent me the exact same tune from 2018 that they seen at Wire. Helena Hoff played it. And it's just, that shows that connection that we like gain from music. And I think it's just such a perfect example of what we're losing as well, because when I speak to the younger generation that are going raving, and I sound like I'm older, I'm 25, but I have been going out for 10 years, and I'm speaking to these younger kids and they don't understand it, they don't go talk to people, they don't. But I think that's because the spaces that we've created, like places like Warehouse Project and Drum Sheds, they completely get rid of all that, everything that makes raving, it's gone. It's just, and essentially that's just a place to listen to music, where the underground culture is so much more than that. It's a mix of things. It's socialising. It's understanding the human beings better. Like, I probably had some views that were a lot more negative when I was younger, and the only way they changed was me through going to events and going raving. And it's something that I think about every time I go out, and I love going out with my friends. I love the events they put on, but every time I'm there, I'm just like, stuff's not the same anymore, man. And that could just be me getting older, because I know all the old heads used to say that to me as well, but all the old heads could tell me about the places they used to go, whereas I could go. Whereas when I'm chatting to these kids that are like 18, 19, the rave, they're like, oh, what was it like? And I'm like, you can't even go to where I went. I can explain it to you the best that I can, but you can't go to Wire on a Tuesday with your mates and pay a £5 to get in and see Ben UFO, because that doesn't happen anymore. And I think it's some of the artists that have made it so big from our cities, like, everywhere. I think we need help from them as well. You're getting paid for these massive shows, 50 bags for a show. It might not be that much. I'm not a massive booker, but I know you're getting paid enough when you pay it 25,000 people. And I think we need help from all angles. And my city, especially with the culture that we have, like, dubstep wouldn't be what it is today without these. And anyone that's from the originators of dubstep, they'll tell you that. Scream will tell you that. Hatch will tell you that. They'll all tell you that Leeds is a special place. Irish and Steppers, probably the biggest sound system in, like, the world, like, world renowned. I can go anywhere in the world that's into music, and if I say Irish and Steppers, they know what it is. The first time I went to Outlook, I was in a queue to go to the Void stage, and I met these two Americans guy and a Japanese guy. It's kind of why I'm here, because I've been side by side with people from Japan raving to tunes that I hear in my hometown. They know about my culture. I said I was from Leeds, and they're like, you're from Leeds, Irish and Steppers, Simon Scott, Subdub. They knew all these things. They knew going to Outlook where it came from. And I think there's been quite a lot of disconnect of the culture and where we are now. And I think it's a big reason as to why that is. Let me get my points up real quick. Sheaf Street, another one. Like, it was our only open air venue in Leeds, and I know a lot of people didn't like it, but I did. And even if you don't like it, it's still important to have those areas, because even if you don't like it, someone else might, and they might have those opportunities and those reasons to go there, and that might be that special place for them. And it's another place that's gone. And don't get me wrong, it's been reopened as the Attic recently, but I know that wasn't an easy job, and they've got ridiculous sound restrictions where they can't play past 11, they can't do all these things, and it's like, what are we becoming to? Like, I think the rise of super clubs are a big part to playing it. I think festivals, as much as I love them and the home for me, I think we've gone from, especially with the younger generation, they won't go raving all winter, And they'll save up all these money to do 5 back-to-back festivals, spend 450 quid on a ridiculous ticket with a lineup that's got 1,000 people on it, which is amazing. But it used to be you'd rave all winter, you'd party all summer at festivals. And Sheaf Street was somewhere that provided the in-between. When you're at a festival, you might go to a little garage rave there on a weekend, and it's that open air, and it's another place that's gone. Freedom Mills, the Hessel Audio parties back in the day, I never went to one, but just from the old heads speaking to me about it, I know they were special, and it's somewhere else that's been forgotten about. And don't be wrong, it was 10 years and it was a warehouse venue and it did really well, but I think with the help of other people it could have stayed open, and it didn't. And I'm just as bad as Pat's playing it as well. I think the last minute, the way that we've gone with tickets and the way that everything's become so last minute, like, I'm going to buy a ticket 3 hours before a promoter. My friends were promoters, like Northside, big ups to them, the first people that ever put me on. I was there when it was 6 hours before a rave and no tickets are sold, but then you get this flush of tickets coming in and it's like, sound right, we sold out in 6 hours, but before that you had 20 tickets. So you sat there for 2 weeks stressing your mind out because you might not sell out at all, you might not sell any tickets, you might have to cancel the event because you can't even cover the price of the bouncer. And I think, especially with venues as well, I think the way it's changed, we used to be in it together, promoters and bars and clubs, they used to work together to try and get as many people in, be as profitable as we can and provide the best experience for people. And I think now it's become this cash grab of, right, make as much money as you can, get this headline that's going to be £2,000, 30 quid for tickets, and it's just become so cash grabby. And I understand that a lot of people today can't afford to buy tickets, they can't afford to be going out every weekend. I can't, I do anyway, and I'm in debt for it, but it's important to us all, and I think a lot of people are forgetting how important it is, especially the younger generation. Like, I think about it all the time. My little sister, she loves music just the way I do. She listens to the tunes that I do, but she can't ever experience the experiences I've had, and there's only 8 years between us, and it makes me sad that she won't. And I'm hoping the next few years that changes and we get a resurgence like we did with the smoking ban in 2008 and everything comes back up. And I really hope it all comes back, and I hope everything I'm saying now is wrong and I get proven wrong and everything goes as planned and we're okay. But at the moment it's not looking that way, and especially with the way of the world at the moment, that was our freedom. When all this stuff was happening, that was the way that we got out of it, is that you go and you dance with your mates, and for 6 to 8 hours you forget about everything that was happening outside. And with what's happening, you don't want to forget, but we need these spaces to feel comfortable again, because as I'm walking around, I'm stressed about the world 24/7, and I think the reason that is because I don't have the places that used to make me feel comfortable and give me the freedom to do what I want to do. And because of that, that's why I'm here. And sorry, I've got to get my phone up again, I need to turn off that little orange bar. But there's a lot of places that are still trying, and hi-fi clubs won. We've still got Beaverworks, which is a Leeds institution. Like, I spent many a formative year in Beaverworks sweating my bean off in the basement, and I'm so happy that I got to, and I'm so appreciative that it's still there. I'm happy that Subdub's still there. I'm happy that Subdub's still a thing. I'm happy about all these promoters. Even like 140, another one for me, formative years, their last ever party is happening as soon as I get back from Japan. It's probably one of the first things I'm going to be going to is the 140 party, and thankfully it's sold out. But I've been to their parties and they've struggled, and they've had these amazing lineups. They've got the heritage, people know them like up and down the country, and they're struggling to sell out a 400 cap venue. And that's not because of the fault of the promoter or the bar or anything, it's the fault of the culture that we're in. And it's really, really saddening. Like, I think there's a lot of things to play with it. Government, ticket prices, promoters, like, there's so many parts at play here that all affect us equally. Another one for me personally was the loss of Facebook events. Facebook events was the way that you knew all your friends were going. You go on Facebook, 87 mutuals, interested, not going, whatever, you were going. Like, I didn't need to send a message around to my friends saying, oh, you're going to go, oh, I don't know, the and ahhing. If you knew that you had 87 mutuals at the event, I didn't need to ask my friend I was going, because I could go by myself and meet 87 people that I knew. And I think the way that ticketing's gone and tiered ticketing, and for smaller promoters, tiering works, and you need it because that's how you give back to your loyal fans. But I think with places like London, for example, with all the day festivals and stuff, they're gouging, and people are going to these festivals where it's like, I could pay 110 quid and see everyone that I want to see in a year, and that's amazing, but that shouldn't be how it be. You should appreciate that and appreciate the raving. It should all come together. And I think everyone's put too much faith in festivals and day festivals and stuff, and they're losing where all that stems from. Like, the reason they all happened is because of the raving and because of the music and the culture, and it's just another place that we want to experience. And don't get me wrong, free parties, that's something that's booming at the moment, but for me, when free parties boom, it's a sign of decline because people need the spaces, and that's not me saying I don't love free parties, it's saying that we're losing so many places to be able to be ourselves and do our thing that we have to take it somewhere illegal, we have to go do it in the field, when before, not long ago, we had a bit of a decline in free parties, and that's because we had the spaces, we had the funding, we had the places where everyone could feel free. And now for a lot of people, the only place that can happen is in the middle of a field somewhere where they have to break the laws to be able to do the things they want to do, because there's 4 venues in Leeds and they're booked up with student promoters 24/7. Things like Fresh to Death, like, I think the student influx in Leeds is a big part of why this has happened as well. Like every time I go out to Leeds, there's a new student accommodation, and I think they're really forgetting that the reason that the students come to Leeds is because of these student accommodations. And I think we're going to find ourselves in a really tricky position of it's just not going to happen anymore. The students are going to stop coming. Like Belgrave, this isn't even a rare place, but Belgrave was such an important place for so many students. Like I go there every week, and that's where I was going for prees before wire and stuff. And in the next 2 years, that's going to be gone because another greedy developer wants to buy the land and put up another tower of flats that the lights aren't on half the time because no one's in there. And it's, to me, it's all a Ponzi scheme. And the worst thing is that we're not even buying into the Ponzi scheme, but we're the ones that are feeling the brunt of it. And I just want that to change. And I know me doing a radio show in Japan's not going to change that, but I'm just excited at the fact that I've been able to say my piece. And if it all falls down, I can be like, look, I had a go. I tried to see what I'll do. And I try every time I go out. I buy my tickets. If I see an event and I don't even think I'm going to go, if I have the peas in my bank account, I'm going to buy the ticket because I appreciate that promoter's struggling, and that $5 for me for that first tier ticket, that's another, all right, it's okay, we've got another ticket sale. I've been there with my mates when they feel the same, get to an event and I'm about to play, how are tickets doing? Not as good as they would have done 2 years ago, not as good as they would have done 5 years ago, and it's not the promoter's fault, as I've said like 4 or 5 times, as I'm probably going to repeat myself quite a lot because I'm hella nervous, but it's so sad, like, and the UK is probably one of the worst countries in the world right now in terms of government. Like, we're up there with America, and I think the reason we're feeling it so much is because of this, and especially in the circles and the people that I see, we're just not the same as we used to be. But don't get me wrong, like me saying that, there's so many people in Leeds that are trying so hard to do it, like, and they're doing really well at it. Like, I've got friends that do events, I play at events, and there's so many promoters that are really good at what they're doing, and they're trying the hardest to bring back Leeds, they're trying to help it, and that's the same with every city. There's really good collectives that are starting out of this real low point, and I think when we come back up out of this dip, we're going to be so thankful for it because the amount of things that are going to come out of it are going to be amazing, but I'm hoping that actually comes to fruition and it's just not just me dreaming. I'm just going to give off a list of some honourable mentions because these are the people that I think are still doing bits in Leeds, and they are doing bits in Leeds, and they're trying. And even if they've got empty event spaces, they don't care because they just want to put something on for them and their friends and for the people, and they're hoping that someone can come along and experience the same things that we've all experienced, and experience the same things that experience the things that made us love Leeds and made us love raving and made us love the people that we love and do the things that we do. So my honourable mentions are Tracks, Curbside, Sound Mag, Street Gallery, Face to Face, Introspect, AS1, Medusa Sound System, Salt and Pepper, Ditch Splitter, 50/50, Pick and Mix, Siren Sounds, Ventec. I know there's loads more in these that are doing just as much as those guys, but those are the ones that are in my circles that I see, and I just want to big ups to all of them because they're helping, they're doing so much for the city right now, and they're the people that when I go out, I go to their events. And 140, like, they're so important as well, Subdub, like all these big promoters, but I think they're also struggling, and these are people that years ago you thought, they never struggle because they're these massive people that have done so well, not so much 140, but they've done so well, and I'm not saying 140 isn't massive, I'm just saying it is run by 2 guys, big up Aaron, big up Tom, and they've smashed it for years, they've done so well, and I know for a fact there are people that feel it just as much as I do when they have their own events and they see the doors. I used to go there, sweat dripping down my face, like bursting through the doors, and in like a space of a year or two that's stopped. And I don't think it's because of the people, I don't think it's because of the promoters, I think it's because of the government. I think it's the position that we're in now, and I just hope that it can change, and because of that, that's why I'm here. And I'm going to play some tunes in a second because I feel like I've repeated myself a few times, but Cosmic Slop, amazing, big up to you guys for winning. Subdub, so much culture, I'm so happy to be part of the city that's from. Irish Steppers, Outlook, all these things that are still going, and they hold so much culture in the UK and in Leeds. And I think a lot of people forget about Leeds. We're just another northern city. We're not down south. We're not Bristol. We're not Brighton. We're not London. But people forget about us. Everyone goes Manchester. Everyone goes Liverpool. Everyone goes Newcastle. But Leeds is still here, and we need help just as much as the rest of you. And I hope that comes soon. But I'm going to play my first tune, and it's the tune that I was talking about with my friends, Blake and Ryan. They sent me 2018, 18-year-old having it off, Inner City Electric at Wire, and that is my first tune. Bit of a red card for myself there, but that'll be the only one. just for this next tune, I need to give the history on it. It's Skeng, Leeds anthem. It's not from Leeds, but for the longest time it's been known as Leeds anthem. Absolute. My friend Marley told me to play it. I can't believe I didn't want thinking to play it anyway. So I just wanted to say Skeng, like big ups to Sub Dub again. Like probably one of the sickest tunes about. Them ones where like you're running from the smokers.
Oh, that could jump on it as well. Phenomenon one. This one dedicated to all bad man. Whether you're from Manchester or London, whether you're from North London or Bristol, put up on the hand. Phenomenon 2. Cyflow and I kill a man a road show. So what brothers on me road deep pro? You don't wanna brush, we'll step on we show. You know what's that true? Phenomenon 3. Put in the ganja and take out the seed. We all of me intelligent people on the roadside we are smoke weed. Yes indeed, that's what we need. 4. One time we talk, I'm not no more. Sight them boy, I'm kick off them door. Kick off them door, I'ma run up with the 4-4. You don't wanna see the 4-4-5. Bust my gun and them not stay alive. Take where your son, I might take where your wife. And you don't know what's that. Me, I got still, I got stab with knife. Tell them about phenomenon 6. Them walk with knife when we walk with sticks. Kill a man, me, I got down some pricks. Done some pricks with that M16. Tell them about phenomenon 7. How much gun me bust for the week 7? Man, don't wanna get 1 out of the 7. Cause you only gonna get 11. Tell them about phenomenon 8. Bust my gunshot boy at the gate. Me not really care if it's early or late. Bad man real when I fake. Straight. Phenomenon 9. Tech with a 9. SW9. Tech 9 and the Tech 9. Boy them can't diss me, it's fine. If a boy fuck with mine, then I get the 10. Mac 10. Phenomenon 10. Tell them already now, tell them again. No problem.
Skeng. 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 Me and Killer Man boss off the big skeng. 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 Me and Killer Man reload the big skeng. Car. 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 Skeng pan road, no skeng in a car. 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 Me and Killer Man love roll in a car. Road. 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 Gun in a hand, I'm in a war with sword. 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 Shot in a face like dart in a board. Real. 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 Bullet fly through bumble welding screen. 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 Who can hear them mama I go feel?
Pussy all you don't know me. See me on the roadside rolling. Like say you feel it can rolling. Me have the machine ready for them. Ready for them. Now make me have to strolling. When the big dog rolling. You don't want to see when one shot start beat. It will be like when dog a eat tribe. Come and stop in the whole lot of them. Tell you the truth, I me not care about them. Cause when me dump in the them, me a go send back dumpy for them. Man a bad man from a long time. I swear down you can ask all your people them. Looking at my face, brother man, you don't wanna see man when me get evil then.
Then you don't wanna see me get evil. 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 Worse. 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 Shot in a face, make it send to the nurse. Worse. 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 Shot in a face, make it send for the nurse. 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 Doctor can't fix you, send for the earth. 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 Earth, doctor can't fix you, send to the earth. Black. 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 Funeral start to the body in a black. 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 Papa in a suit and mama in a frock.
Pussy all you don't know me. See me on the roadside rolling. Like say you feel it can rolling. Me have the machine ready for them. Ready for them. Now let me have to strolling. When the big dog rolling. You don't want to see when one shot start beat. It will be like when dog a eat tribe.
Good boy.
In your ring, 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 in your ring. I wanna be that girl in your ring, electric on the side. Fulfill your deepest fantasy, whatever you desire. The moment we started to talk, I knew that you'd be messing with my head. The way you were feeling my ear, my body was that you were in my head. Think that I'm in love with you. Think that I'm in love with you. Think that I'm in love with you. I never felt this way before.
Just before I play my last one, because I'm cutting it short, just want to say big ups to everybody. Tracks, Curbside, Soundmag, Street Gallery, Face to Face, Introspect, AS1, Cosmic Slot, Medusa, Subdub, 140, Wire, all the venues I spoke about. I'm going to play one final tune that I heard at License to Jungle, one of the first times Shazam ever worked for me for an electronic track. And yeah, big ups for anyone that listens in. Thank you.
That you love me in every way. You love me once, you love me twice, but my boy haven't been so nice. You used to hold me, you used to feel me, you used to kiss me, you used to touch me, you used to please me, you used to squeeze me, you used to love me, you used to touch me. you hold me with that love and touch. You gotta know how you make me feel.
Thank you to anyone that's listened in. Big ups to Leeds Underground, big up the underground scene, big up everyone in Leeds still trying to do their thing, and hopefully together we can overcome it. So big ups everyone. Thank you. And thank you again for Room 303 for getting me down. Much appreciated.